Hello everyone, I'm with me, and today we're going to be talking about an article. It's about why there is no such thing as a good atheist. So yeah, let's look at it. You clicked on this post for one of two reasons. Either you're hoping that I'm right, or you know that I'm wrong. For those of you who are eager to pierce me with your wit and crush my pre-modern mind, allow me to issue a challenge. I contend that any response you make will only prove my case. Like encountering a hustler on the streets of Vegas, the deck is stacked, and the odds are not in your favor. Alright, challenge accepted. Before our love fest continues, allow me to define an important term. Worldview. A worldview is your view of everything inside and possibly outside the universe. Truth, religion, beauty, war, morality, Nickelback, everything. Everybody has one. Yeah, can't argue with that. While it is true that there is no definitive atheistic worldview, all atheists share the same fundamental belief as core to their personal worldviews. While some want to state that atheism is simply a disbelief in the existence of God, there really is more to it. Every expression of atheism necessitates at least 3 additional affirmations. Before I continue to these affirmations, atheism is simply just a disbelief in the existence of God. Really, I mean, you could totally be a spiritual atheist, a spiritual anti-theist at that, someone who doesn't believe in God, but you can believe in the soul and all this crazy magic crap. Personally, I'm more of a science guy, so yeah. Anyways, let's get down with it. Universe is purely material. It is strictly natural, and there is no such thing as the supernatural, e.g. gods or spiritual forces. Personally, I identify with this, yeah. I believe that it is strictly natural. There's no such thing as supernatural. But some atheists do. In fact, you can be an atheist and believe in a ghost. It is kind of weird, but yeah, it's possible. The universe is scientific. It is observable, knowable, and governed strictly by the laws of physics. Well, space is pretty weird, but for the most part, yeah, I can agree, personally. The universe is impersonal. It does not have a consciousness or a will, nor is it guided by a consciousness or a will. Yep, that is, yep, I agree with that as well. Denial of any one of these 3 affirmations will strike a mortal blow to atheism. Anything and everything that happens in such a universe is meaningless. A tree falls, a young girl is rescued from sexual slavery, a dog barks, a man is killed for not espousing the national religion. These are all actions that can be known and explained, but never given any meaning or value. Not quite. Yeah, I do believe that everything that happens in the universe is pretty meaningless, but it really just depends on the person. I'll explain more later, but denial, what he said in the beginning, denial of any of those 3 affirmations will strike a mortal blow to atheism, is again stupid. Yeah, you have to understand, some atheists just don't believe in a God. Yeah, I'm sure most atheists are scientific, but some atheists actually do believe in ghosts and the supernatural. It is weird. Hell, even some are spiritual. Some call themselves anti-theist, yeah. A good atheist, that is a consistent atheist, recognizes this dilemma. His only reasonable conclusion is to reject objective meaning and morality. Thus, calling him good in the moral sense is nonsensical. There is no morally good atheist because there is no objective morality. At best, morality is the mass delusion held by humanity, protecting us from cold sting of despair. Based on the non-negotiable premises of atheism, these are the only logical conclusions. But I've never met an atheist who managed to live this way. All the atheists I know personally, and from afar, live as if there is objective meaning and morality. How's this explained? In a Hail Mary-like attempt to reconcile the inescapability of objective morality and the resurgence of atheism, 2 possible answers are launched. Morality is the result of socio-biological evolution. Morality is logical. Let me just explain. This dude is very smart and intelligent and asking questions. As an atheist, I don't believe in a God, and I don't believe that there's an objective morality. Now, the only problem I have with his argument, I have two problems with his argument. One is assuming that atheism has 3 points, like he says. You assuming that all atheists share these three traits are pretty mean. You're mean. You're mean. I'm kidding. Okay, point number 2. We do not believe, at least me personally, I do not believe in an objective morality. I believe in a subjective morality. Meaning, kinda like what he says, human nature. I believe that human nature and our subjective feelings make way to making someone a good person. With my subjective point of view and how morality is, I consider myself a fairly decent person. But I know a lot of people that are nice and good in my subjective morality. You see, just because there's no objective morality doesn't mean that we can say that there is no good, there is no evil. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, evil and good are kind of non-existent, but the overall definition of good, to be desired or approved of, having the qualities required for a particular role, that's an adjective. The noun is that which is morally right, righteousness, benefit or advantage to someone or something. That is the noun, and well is the adverb. But of course he's talking about the morally thing, and did you hear that? That which is morally right, righteousness, a mysterious balance of good and evil. You see, my subjective morality, at least in my opinion, says, well, I'm a fairly good person, you know? I try my best to help other people as best as I can. I don't ridicule people for believing in stuff. And, you know, I try to be a fairly good, decent person. And the person who made this article is, well, a fairly good and decent person. He isn't ridiculing, he's simply asking a question and stating something. And, you know, and he did a very good job, but I don't quite agree with him. Now, if there is an objective morality, if God does exist, then would I be considered good? I mean, I try my best to help other people. I don't ridicule people for their beliefs and such. You know, I do criticize sometimes. But, you know, sometimes I even go out of my way to not say anything, even though I really want to. There are a lot of family members that I just want to be like, well, not quite, but, you know, I don't do that because they're family. I don't want to be mean to them. At least with the God and, you know, Jesus and all that, I might not be objectively good because, I might not be objectively good because I'm an atheist, but I do try to be good in general. At least with my subjective morality, I try to be good. Now, there isn't an absolute good and evil, no. That is considering an objective morality. But I like to consider myself good, you know. But I know a lot of people who are non-religious, and I think they're really good people too. They try their best to help other people out, and, you know, they help animals out when they're hurt, and, you know, I know people who are really nice. And at least with my subjective view of morality, I think they're pretty nice people. Hell, even more nice than me, even more good than me. There might not be no moral objective, like no objective morality. I believe it's a mix between human nature and, you know, subjective morality. You can watch my other video about morality. I'll have a link in the description below. He did make some very good points, and I really do. He's a really smart guy, I will admit. I was actually kind of scared to go and look at this article, you know. I just think that although it isn't objective, morality isn't objective, I believe it's subjective, and people can be good in subjective morality. society's subjective morality, people can be good. It isn't an absolute, but, people are righteous. And if morality is objective, then I hope those people that do help other people out, even though they don't believe in an objective morality, are good people. But again, I'll have the article linked in the description below if you want to read it yourself. I didn't read the entire article because it's a bit long, but I basically just got the gist of it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye-bye.